Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Welcome. I should stop eating popcorn, right? Are you ready? Or do you need to answer a message?
I'm good.
I have sugar in my retainer.
Can I just say, we're going to have to figure out something with the light situation.
This is damage. That's how you damage it.
I just mean the brightness.
Are you 60 years old?
In a way, kind of. It'd be like I look up and I'm like, I'd rather just look this way.
You don't have to look up. You have to look at me or in the camera. When you look in the camera, it's not that bad, right? Can you try?
That's so bad.
Maybe you're really just old. So how do you think a light should be? Like for real, what kind of light is there to do when it's dark outside?
No, I think there's a way to...
Dim?
I don't even think it's a dim light. But
The
this just always, every time I do it, I feel like I should close my eyes because the light is in my
You
eyes.
can talk with closed eyes too if you want to.
Yeah, that's cool.
No problem. Anyways, welcome to my podcast, to our podcast actually. It's our podcast. You are in the picture too.
Mm-hmm.
You are my brand. And today I was super friendly and I thought, let me be a good wife and talk about something what you really like to talk about.
Okay.
And I want you to be so serious if I would be your new boss and this would be like an interview where you have to talk and to put me into this, that I believe you, that this is something we need and this is something what's good, what I need in my life, in my company. We talk about soccer. And maybe after this podcast episode, some miserable woman out there will feel better about their men coaching some kind of sports. Because I think it's the same with every sport or everything men do where women feel annoyed about, right?
Okay.
You know what I mean?
No.
Like, you tell me right now why it is important that you coach soccer and how this...
You want me to start?
And how this is an impact, how this is important for Cavani that he has to play soccer. That I go out of this podcast episode and I think, damn, you miserable woman, you should have just let him stay being a soccer coach.
First of all, soccer is a lifestyle. And once you start, you don't get to escape the matrix. So I started football, since maybe I was 5 or 6 years old. I was playing for 5 Piece Academy in Antigua. and then that kind of paved the way for my life, basically. I had a good fallback plan after soccer, which is why I'm able to provide for my family, because obviously I didn't make the pros. But that was the only dream. My only dream my entire time growing up was I was going to play football for the rest of my life, and that was it.
I mean, it's fine to have a passion and stuff, and it's fine that you still love soccer and that it's a lifestyle and whatever. But I blame on me. I am the miserable person who...
I just established the basis. So if there's something you love and then you bring a partner into that life, you don't go, I got to throw this away. When I bring my partner, I think I bring my partner in and we both make something that was already good better.
Mm-hmm.
So the logical path for me, or for any soccer player, after they're kind of washed up, done, is coaching. I didn't have a way to... I've never done anything, for lack of a better word, mechanically, like fully structured, thought out, planned. So I never came and give you, here's the blueprint on how I'm gonna make it as a coach and what I'm gonna do. It happened organically, which I think most people kind of can understand. Like when you play soccer and you go somewhere else in the world, there's a language there. There's something that just seems naturally flowing. Oh, you're good. You play pickup soccer, and then like, everybody builds a good relationship, friendship, everything out of it. I met your family and spent a lot of your time with your family because of football. We couldn't even speak English. They couldn't speak English. I couldn't speak German. And yeah, me and Milan, my nephew, now, all we did was soccer. We planned the entire German trip around soccer. So I'm just setting the precedence that without soccer, we wouldn't have even met.
That's far.
Maybe a bit of a reach, but without soccer, at least
you might wouldn't have feel so comfortable, and like you wouldn't want to stay so long with my family and whatever. It was fun.
Yeah, I probably would have tried and complete my Europe trip that it was supposed to be.
Yeah.
Instead of spending all of the entire 10 days in Germany, well, in Amsterdam. But that's my foundation.
What is fine. I'm actually kind of jealous that you have a passion and that people who love sports or music
Tell
have
the
a
truth and
passion.
shame the devil.
I'm serious. I was always jealous of people who have a passion or a real hobby. I said this before, though, in the internet too, that I don't have a hobby and I tried different things to find something what I really love. But I don't know if something went wrong in my teenagehood or in my childhood that I never had a passion. But what you said, it just came organically or natural that you just loved soccer, right? There was never something what I just loved. Even when I tried a million things, I was horse riding, I was swimming, I was doing this and that and blah blah blah. I was doing music and whatever, but I was never sitting there and be like, "Hey, mommy, can I go back to the music class, please, please, please?" Because it was whatever, like just let me go or no, it doesn't matter.
I think you have to actually get good at something.
Yeah, to like it.
For you to really be passionate about it. You can't be passionate about something you suck at.
Yeah, but have you been good from the beginning? Probably. Not good in terms of...
Athletically, yeah, but not as like good as a soccer player we played a bunch of different sports, but this was what I was
but it's just like if you tell me, can you make a cute picture from a nice angle, and I'm probably not perfect, I'm not a photographer, but I can make a cute picture of you. It's just in my blood or whatever. I just can't do it because I have an eye for it. So you started with soccer and you were naturally just good with it, not perfect, not a professional or whatever, but you could get the ball in the goal.
Everybody knows.
You were able to put the ball in the goal without struggle. If I start playing soccer right now, I look like I don't know, like there's no chance. I would have to train for a month.
Well, that's true for anybody. But all I would say is, obviously, as a father, you want your kids then to play soccer.
Yeah, but why I came up with this actually, and why I said you have to prove to me that this is important, because we fight a lot about this, because you spend a lot of time with soccer and I hate it. And I think a million women out there can relate, not about soccer, but anything. If men have a passion or do something outside of the house a lot. One time I remember you said something like, maybe I say something wrong, but you said it's not just a sport and it's important for Cavani to, like, it's something what you want to be in this family, not just because it's a cool sport. I can't get this together how you really said this, but first of all, the money too, what you get from coaching, but you also say always, like, when I say like, yeah, if Cavani plays soccer one day, you like, not if, he will. Like, in your head is not, oh, he has to do this and this to get into this job. For you, it's like he has to play soccer. But is this because you just want him to do your dream, or because you really think that soccer is something
It's the biggest sport in the world.
special?
It's the biggest sport in the world. It is something special for the reasons I mentioned earlier. Like you know how to play soccer. It's a language. You can go to Brazil, you can go to France, you can go to Spain, not be able to communicate in the natural language, but you get on the pitch if you're really good. Yeah, we are figuring out a way to communicate. Somehow we're talking to each other and we're not talking to each other. But for Cavani, I think every parent should have an idea. If they pivot from it and choose something else, fine. But I think every parent should have an idea of what they want their kid to be. And then from there, the kid can say, you know what, yeah, I tried this, but I really want to do something else. I think fundamentally, all the principles of sports in general applies across any sport. Things, the discipline you need, the time it takes to develop the skills, etc., etc., etc. That's that you can transfer to any sport. So when you start a kid on, for instance, basketball, and you say, you know, if you're gonna play basketball, if you want to be good at basketball, here's all the things you have to do. You have to work really, really hard. You got to put in the work on your own time, while you're doing training, etc., etc. Everybody's heard all of the same rhetoric. Point is that same thing applies to any sport. So my favorite sport is soccer, and I think I was unlucky, and I believe I have a lot of knowledge. I'm very, very knowledgeable of this sport. And if I go and I train my kids up in that sport, if one of them say yes, for sure, this is the route, I think they're going to be successful. I think they will become a professional. If they pivot from it, I think I at least establish a foundation for them. But your main question was kind of hinting at what I said earlier, which was I wanted them to be a part of the environment. I wanted them to grow up seeing soccer. Usually that goes, I'm playing pickup soccer on Wednesday nights or Sunday nights, or I'm playing in this league and whatever. I'm not playing in anything. So what's the next best thing? Coaching. So without me having to pick something out, and the story goes, I was looking for a volunteer coaching for a high school or anything. And I reached out to a high school. And then once I reached out to the high school coach, the coach got back to me after he saw my resume and said, come to, I have an academy that's currently in season. The high school season didn't start, but the academy, they were playing club soccer comp. And he said, you know, come over here, let's have a chat. We had a chat. He was sharing stuff about Oneonta, upstate New York, blah, blah, blah. We vibe. And then he was like, hey, I'm coaching these boys. Why don't you jump in this session? And what would you add to this session to make it better? And I jumped in. He thought everything I did was really good. Fast forward, I'm talking to the DOC. I have 2 teams on BSA. And I'm like, wait. That happened way faster than I expected. But again, I never fought against it. I never tried to make that happen. It all happened organically. So now you have a coach as a husband too.
Yes. And I mean, I know the story, but my main question was because, as I said, outside there is probably million miserable women who hate that they sit home by themselves. Do you have, do you say argument in English? Do you have a point what you could give us that we should just be more relaxed and think it makes sense what this person does, and all of this has sense? Because you know how I am always, not always miserable, but I tell you a million times, like, do you really have to do this? And blah, 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 whatever. I don't want to go too deep into this, but as I said in the beginning, if this would be a job interview, what can you give me that when I go out of this conversation, I'm like, well, yeah, you know what? All of this makes sense. Soccer is not too bad.
The one thing I'll give you is everybody should definitely follow their passion and follow their dream.
Mm-hmm.
And I think if I'm following my passion and dream, good things come from that. Like if you put in the work, the groundwork, which you can't skip, and if it's happening organically, then if you had the ability to look into the next 5-10 years, you want to be able to look back the 5-10 years and say, I was supportive. I was trying to help this person accomplish their dream. If 5-10 years from now you're doing this podcast, you want to say, man, the person who was very supportive of me from day one is my partner. You don't want to look back in 5-10 years and say, all I did was give this person hell for following their passion and trying to get to the level they're at now, and then you're able to enjoy or bask in the the results, because everything with time, just like your podcast, with time, things change. What do you go back and reflect and say? Were you supportive? Were you helpful? Were you trying to understand where this person come? And I think you are. I think besides all the fights we get into, in the end, for the most part, you're still going, okay, yeah, I kind of get it. I'm stubborn, so I'm gonna do it kind of regardless, unless you push the button and go, hey, this is a no, and this is now affecting the family to a point where you feel like uh, um, this is a deal breaker. Then of course I have to make decisions and go, okay, I gotta end something. I gotta give up something, the soccer, obviously, because my family would come first. But I think this is every
I have
man
this on
and
camera.
every woman have their own I guess they have their own dreams, and somehow you have to figure out how to make that work. And I think that's the best part of a relationship. Like, how do you make two things work? You grew up with sisters, right? And a brother.
With a sister and a brother.
With a sister and a brother, right? And I can guarantee you, in the 20-something years that you've been with your sister and your brother, you're not getting along 24/7. Well, how do you guys bring these two different people to, oh, there's a common thing?
I mean, honestly, my childhood is a bad example because my siblings are so much
Well,
older than
you don't have to
me.
apply it to you yourself,
Yeah.
but people in general.
Yeah, true. But do you think if it would be the opposite, if a woman or if I would have a passion would take so much time, you would sit home and be like, well, you know what? I should just support my wife.
So like what, for example, what?
It doesn't matter if I would have a passion. Obviously, we figured out already I don't have a passion. Let's say I do, I don't know, photography, what I just used as an example in the beginning. And I would be like, hey, I have a new, someone booked me and someone booked me again. And oh, babe, I have a new booking on the weekend and whatever. And you would.
I think everything is for, I think we always have this conversation. I always tell you, everything is for a time. Like, when you're paying your dues, when you're going through the mud, when you.
Yeah, but I just meant, like, do you think woman and man deal different with these things?
Yeah, for sure. That's a whole different topic.
Ish, yeah.
Yeah, I think at some point in time, your kids grow up and you're in a position where you feel like you have more time on your hands, and there's other things that come at different milestones in your life, and you go, hey, yeah, now I want to try this, and now I want to go do this. Like, I think I remember your mom, when I met her, she loved painting and doing all kinds of art and craft stuff, and I thought all these things were cute. I don't know if this is what she liked doing at 15, 16 years old or at 21 years old. Like, I think over time things change, and you start falling in love with different, not falling in love, but you start having different hobbies and things that you like. And so if at I don't know, 30 something, 40 something, you start loving painting, right? And my soccer stuff is that's not what we're talking about. But let's say the soccer stuff is now, hey, I do that on the weekends and 2 times in a week, and it's an hour, and it's not affecting anything. and you just starting out your painting journey, and you need to spend 3-4 hours in a class every night at, I don't know, 6 to 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock to do something, and then you guys are doing all kinds of, what was it, the group things that your mom was doing, the whatever that thing is. I'm gonna be like, bro, this is freaking annoying. I would prefer you
Yeah, but
home
what
at this
happened if
time,
it
but you have to
collapsed?
understand. And
So what happened if it's at the same time when your soccer training is?
well, how would that be a conflict in terms of like the kids or something? At 30 something, 40 something, these kids are old.
Oh, but what happens if I have a hobby tomorrow?
It's just not practical. It's just not realistic.
See how I get treated? I swear. If I
I'm
would,
saying if it was, we would have to deal. Of course, if you're saying realistically, hey, you always had a hobby for something, and there's a conflict. I think timing is everything. So okay, that might mean, you know what, for this time period where we've deemed, hey, whatever you're trying to accomplish is more important. Let's say if it's even this podcast. Hey, right now, this is the most important thing for the family, and this is what you're trying to do because you have a vision, you see it going somewhere. If we sit down together as a family and we go, yeah, Kareem, you'll have the next 2-3 years to go figure out the soccer stuff. Like, I need to do this now. I'm gonna be mad, but I'll go back and go, "Oh, yeah, you're doing your stuff tonight," and I'll probably go try and make sure I put I do it already. I would take the kids, I'll put them away, I'll try and make it work out so that you can do your stuff. I would not be happy about it, but I would try and make it work. But it's a timing. So then, like 2-3 years, 4 years from now, I go, hey, it's you said the stuff will take you about 3-4 years. It's running a little bit over the clock. I gotta get the soccer stuff started before I'm 40 years old. I gotta get involved. Now we gotta figure something out. Maybe it's a nanny. Maybe it's
is he waking up?
babysitters. I don't know what it is, but you figure it out. But as the
I don't
man,
want you in my company.
as the man,
Bye.
as the man, we kind of process these things from a much. I think men think a little bit more into the future, and women think about the now. What's inconveniencing me now? What is not benefiting me now? We think,
but
what
women,
happens in the next
but women are
3-4 years?
naturally more selfless than men too.
Which
Honestly,
is a gift.
for you,
Which is a superpower. You
Yeah,
guys
for
are
you.
amazing. What do you mean?
because we step back and we don't do things we really want to do. That you guys can do what you want to do.
Were you talking American women? Because that's not true.
He always puts all these American women in one pot. I think there's a million American women
I'm not
out
being
there who are.
disrespectful. I'm just saying it's a cultural shock. It's very different.
But I do think there's a lot of American women too, if they want or not, and maybe they have a big mouth too and always act like they're not like this, but they step back too for their men, even if they don't want to.
Yeah, maybe. I'm not saying that that's not true. I'm not combating any of that. What I'm saying is, here we have a culture. The women are kind of like, hey, you're about your thing, man is we're about our thing, and we'll find somebody to deal with the middle, but nothing is derailing me from this track, right? And that just seems like, if I'm from a career-driven woman specifically, which is a lot more an American thing. Like, a lot of more American women go to college, have a degree, trying to do something in their profession, whether it's nursing, doctor, lawyers, whatever. And they're like, I'm about the movies you see. You never see a movie about a European woman that's about
Bro,
her
he's just a hater, I
passion
swear.
and is like
Out.
working so hard for this. I'm just saying. Yeah, there's
We
nothing on
don't-
that paper.
You know what? This was a really nice interview, but I think we have someone else for this.
Okay. Sounds good. I'm sorry I couldn't convince you, but sometimes the truth is better than persuasion.
The what?
The truth is better than persuasion.
What
That
is
doesn't even make
persuasion?
sense. Huh?
What is perspiration?
Trying to convince you of something.
Oh, well, I mean, if you want to have this job, you should have tried to convince me. No? I guess. I know, I'm right. He would never wait so long if he wouldn't think I'm right.
Choosing my words because the camera's on.
I mean, I can cut this out too.
Yeah. Well.
Babe, you didn't make it better, honestly.
Okay.
I thought I'd give you the best chance ever that I go out of here and.
Well, what about it didn't convince you?
I think what you say, that everything in life is timing and everything is for a period of time and women are in the now and then, right? Makes sense? What?
I'm listening to you.
Why are you making this face then?
I'm trying to process where you found something wrong. So you're
you were saying like everything is timing and women should understand that it's just for 2 or 3 years and whatever and blah blah blah, right? Like that we always just see the here, now and then, and we don't think like, okay, this is just for 2 years and then it's done. It will be fine, whatever. I think this counts for you too. Like you could have choose a different timing too. If it's you or other men, I don't know, there's probably a million families that have small kids and they men want to do their passion, or even if it's not sports, passion, whatever, even if it's something at work they do or whatever. I mean, work is actually a bad example because we need money to survive and to live a good life and whatever. But if it's the passion or hanging out with friends or just something, there's a timing for this too, right? So you or whoever else out there could have picked a different timing too, because right now the kids are small, and this is what you said, like, yeah, well, when the kids are older you can do your hobby too. If you find something like your mom painting, then the kids are older and none of us has to watch the kids anymore because they're old enough to stay home by themselves, or they go to their grandma or they go to their aunties or whatever. But right now, here and then, is the hard time right now for the woman. So you, or what I said, like whoever else out there could have picked a different timing to say like, well, let's skip all of this. It's not about me right now. It's about the family. It's about the time we have at home while the kids are small. And when they grow older, I can do all these things I want to do.
Okay. That's
why this thing was not convincing me that makes sense. Because then basically you say you had a bad timing too. No?
I think we were not gonna see it the exact same way, but
yeah, but don't you agree? Like, what is wrong with what I'm saying?
What is wrong with what you're saying is, hey, I don't have a hobby. I don't have something that's stopping you from doing this.
Your family stops you. Your miserable wife who's home miserable with the kids. This is what stops you, not her hobby.
That's not a showstopper. That's not something that's saying, hey, because of these other things, this is in the way of the hobby. Saying I am not happy with your situation at this time. That's the stopper.
So how can the feelings and the emotions
it's not feelings and emotions. It's, hey, every single person in every relationship is going to compromise for a time.
True.
Okay, so then if there's a compromise, if you're weighing the odds, what is the loss to the...
That someone in the partnership feels bad. The reason why I came up with this is like, why do you think it is that what you said with the timing, why is this there and then so important? Because when you said men are not...
We didn't force it. We didn't try to make it. We didn't try to... The only resistance it's ever gotten is you're not being happy with the timing for how long you're out and etc. But nothing else. I didn't go saying this is how I'm going to make it happen. I didn't go and say like, hey, here's the information, here's what I found out, here's what we're gonna do. Should we? No, it didn't happen such that, oh, hey, you're going to start on this day and blah blah blah. Hey, come to this game. So to continue the story, meet the DOC. Hey, we have a game on Saturday. You can come see the team. Show up to the game. You want to coach? Yeah, sure. Because you feel like it's still you're being assessed to see if you know what you're doing. Since then, from that point on, you're coaching the team. When was the pause to go, oh, I don't know if this is the right time and blah blah. No, it was just moving. It's just an engine. It just this next step happened, this next step happened, this next step happened, and you kind of just go with it. The only difference is the only real kind of point I would say from my perspective is the transition from, being by yourself and kind of just going with the autonomy, which is what I was used to. Like I get up and if I wanted to go move uh to freaking Timbuktu, I would just get up and move to Timbuktu and it would never be a problem. And I'll just keep it going. If I had a job offer, for instance, in Timbuktu, I wouldn't have to consider, hey, the kids, they have friends and my wife has her circle here and etc etc etc. I was used to um just going and getting things done. I feel like I've become successful in my field in my career because I was a, hey, go get things done. And then now you add a wife and then kids and then you go and like, I need to go get things done. Oh, but here's all these other factors you have to consider. And I'm like learning over time. Oh, okay, when you do this now, you got to consider this. When you do this now, you got to consider these things as well. And so that, in a way, it kind of just slows you down. I don't know. This is kind of a true fact. A lot of entrepreneurs and professional, um, not professional, successful men,
Is single.
they're single. Some of them start out married and then end up single. And someone should probably sit back and go, wait, why is that the case? Like, we should probably try and study that and understand it, because I think it's because they're when you're driven about something, if there's like a bunch of resistance as a man, you just look at it as resistance and you go, okay, I get it, I understand, but I gotta get this thing done.
Yeah, okay, but so you mean like people who were already married and they end up single again, or you mean like they've been forever single,
Yeah,
or you
like for
mean both?
Elon Musk was married.
Yeah, but you know
And
why? Because at this point you decide to go in a boat with another person and you have then multiple person, your kids kind of situation, and you can't just go about your business because there's your army behind you.
yeah, but
Like,
I'm not saying that it's wrong. I'm just saying it's a learning curve. Now, as a man, you gotta go learn how to learn how to change that momentum. And some people just don't get it right, and some people get it right, and it still doesn't work out. I can see the other outcome. Like 5 years later, this guy is doing everything for family, and he's home and he's chilling, and he's a bum and he's a gamer. But every time wifey needs help for something, she's right there, and she goes, yeah, this guy is just unambitious. There's nothing that he likes besides his game. There's nothing that he does. He just sits around the house boring. I'm
you're
just
using
saying
me
there's
as an example. Is
no,
this
I'm
me?
no, I'm saying there's both sides. There's somebody that goes, hey, I'm chasing after something, and you can go, hey, this person is ambitious, and I'm like, damn, like I'm a little bit attracted to how this person goes and just like he's able to do these things, and then you can go, man, this guy's just sit around and he's just a fucking bum.
Yeah, but everything in
What
life
can
is a
I
balance, right?
100%. That's exactly what I'm saying. It is a learning curve. So during that process where you're saying, well, hey, I'm uh, not the happiest with your decision right now, blah, 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 you kind of go, okay, well, so I get it. So how do I compromise here? How can I make it so that you're happy? You know what? Maybe if we go to this while we're on a trip for soccer, maybe we go to this other thing. And it doesn't necessarily mean that hey, we're going to the aquarium with the kids and something. It doesn't mean that it it's right. It's just you're thinking like, oh, that might make it a little bit better. It's not that you're changing, that it's going to be what you want or what the kids want, but you're trying to compromise to make it work. And it's a learning process during that entire time. And then over time, you start going, here's the balance. Wifey starts her own podcast.
Hey.
Go help out wifey with her podcast. Be supportive when she's doing her podcast. Maybe balances out. You know, you never know. Check back with us in 5 years.
You think in 5 years you're gonna have a lot of money because of my podcast?
Yeah, and then I don't have to worry about work at all, and I'm a
Still
stay-home
go to
dad.
soccer.
100%. I coach soccer, but I'm a stay-home dad during the day. Make it happen.
We had this last time too. You know what? We should officially right now have a hand clap. What we do?
Handshake. Germans.
First of all, you can present your German. What about you say something in German?
What do you want me to say?
Maybe it was not nice to meet you. It was nice to talk to you. There was like a really nice conversation kind of, like just like an ending kind of situation. And then you say in German, let's figure out a handshake. A couple KKW handshake. Damn.
I'm not gonna do that. I'll say, you know,
My hand is itchy.
I actually don't have any German right now. My brain is burnt. But I'll give you guys something in German next time.
Hey, you have the one
Auf
and
Wiedersehen.
only chance. Ooh, but what is our handshake now?
I don't know. Tom.
So what?
You gotta, close it.
Okay. Come, Kareem, come on. One. Maybe I'm a little.
Okay, just slow it down for.
Mm.
You're gonna slide back out.
Mm.
Thumb.
And then?
You're gonna twist the opposite way. Okay, don't do your face like that, Jesus Christ.
Tschüss.
Ciao.
Tschüss.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Tschüss.
Tschüss.
Mm-hmm. I still hate soccer.
You just a hater then.
No, I'm.